Hey guys, welcome back to Planet Zoo Console Edition. We are on the PS5 here, and we are on the tutorial, and this is the Ape-Renticeship, and we're going to be doing it on hard mode, so I think even the tutorial is a little bit harder, which I found out from doing the stately home schooling, but you've got to do everything on hard. So that is the plan. So let's get straight into this. At this point we're still learning how the game is working. So hopefully this will take us a little bit more in depth and we can learn a little bit more. So same as the last one, I'm going to leave the introduction in.
Welcome to Madagascar. It's quite the change of scenery from dreary old England, huh? Apart from the weather, I suppose. They don't call these places rainforests for nothing. The zoo you'll be working in is an ape sanctuary, where we're doing vitally important conservation work. Not just for apes, but for all kinds of species. But apes, well, apes are some of the closest relatives to humans there are. And yet, the way the world treats them is like, well, very much like some of us treat our actual relatives. Anyway, that's why I'm determined that our operation here does some good. If we can all leave some part of the world in a better state than we found it, we'll have lived lives worth living. And speaking of states, I have a horrible feeling I left the house in the right one. When I get back, I expect my life won't be worth living at all.
What do you think of Madagascar then? Bit warm for my taste, to be honest. Anyway, this is Bernie's primate sanctuary. It's not just primates though, we've got all sorts of animals. So why don't we go and have a look at some of them, eh? We'll start by taking a look at the red-ruffed lemurs. They're the ones that look like they should be in a Shakespeare play. Come on, let's head over to them.
Okay, so let's get into this tutorial and see what's going on. So locate the highlighted area, here we go.
Red-ruffed lemurs are found in the rainforests of Massawa. That's in northeast Madagascar. They can actually live anywhere from 15 up to 25 years. Fancy that, eh? Okay, when you're ready, let's go find our Bornean orangutans.
Okay, so over here.
The Bornean orangutan is such a marvellous creature. They're always a big favourite at any zoo.
So we know that we can enter the camera.
And they're also the biggest tree-dwelling animal on the planet. Assuming you don't count any lions that got stuck up one. Oh, why don't you take a better look at them? Open up their information panel and go into the animal camera.
And locate the next highlighted area, which is here.
Oh dear! It looks like we've arrived just in time. One of the habitat's barriers has collapsed.
Box the animals.
And wouldn't you know it, one of the bonobos has made a run for it.
How do you do that?
We'll need to catch them. But before we do, we should box up the other bonobos to stop them escaping too. Select the habitat boundary to bring up the habitat information panel. Good. Now open the animals tab.
So animals.
Box up the remaining bonobos with box all animals.
There we go.
Now, we'll need a vet to recapture that escaped bonobo, but it seems our last one left to do some research in the wild. Not an ideal situation. So we'll need to hire a replacement sharpish. Go into the staff tab of the browser.
Security.
You can find all of your staff in here, but there's no time to go looking at their particulars at the moment. Hire a vet.
Where's the...
Great. Now let's deal with our escapee before they can cause too much havoc. Use the animal alerts to jump to the escaped bonobo. Then press Call Vet to... Yep, you guessed it.
Right,
Call the vet over to capture it.
That doesn't seem too bad to do. You can... So we need to replace the boundary.
Someone's taken their eye off the ball, obviously. Let's get this one replaced. Select the barrier and then we'll edit it. Delete the broken section of barrier and replace it with a brand spanking new one.
Okay, hold on. So, delete that one. So, how do we do that? Right, hold on. So, what do you do? Edit barrier? Okay.
Now that we've done that, we need to make sure to add climb-proof barriers to the top. That way the bonobos won't be able to climb out. Just make sure you've got the correct piece of barrier selected when you do that.
So, edit barrier.
Okay, so go into the options section and select which side the climb-proof barrier needs to go on. And don't get it wrong. We're more worried about bonobos climbing out than guests climbing in.
Climb proof on the left or on the right.
Nicely done. And I think it's high time we unbox those bonobos, wouldn't you say?
Okay, cool.
The poor mites will get sad if we leave them in there for too long. Select the habitat barrier to bring up the habitat information panel again. And then open the animals tab.
Alright, okay, cool.
And finally, use unbox all animals to let them out. I expect some of them are bursting for the toilet. So, it turns out that as well as the old vet leaving, the zoo's mechanics did too. We'll need to hire a couple of new ones so we can help stop any more breakouts.
Okay, so
you see, mechanics do all sorts of helpful things around the zoo, but one of their most important jobs is taking care of the habitat barriers. Without mechanics around to repair them, the barriers will
so that's
crack,
enough to get us through one
down.
star
And before you know it, we'll
and
be overrun
unlock
with escaped
their
animals.
essentials.
Head into the staff tab of the browser again.
Okay, cool. So next thing we need to do is
we have been busy, haven't we? Good work
locate
there.
the next
I'm off for a
highlighted
cuppa.
area.
Oh, I think Bernie wants a word with you.
Oh, I hear you had a bit of an issue with an escaped bonobo. The main thing is that you dealt with it swiftly, and more importantly, without the animals stealing someone's clothes, putting them on, and then walking out of the front gate.
You see, another key responsibility for our vets is animal research. Researching animals allows vets to unlock new enrichment items, additional information for our education resources, enhanced breeding programs, and improvements to food quality. Oh, the animals' food, not the vets. It'll take more than a research grant to improve the staff canteen. Anyway, as you can see, research is a key part of running your zoo. In order for a vet to undertake research, they require a research centre. And once again, that's something that this zoo is missing. So let's build one. I've marked out an area for you to put it.
Oh, they're in facilities.
Now, you've probably noticed that there's already a building where I want you to build the research centre. Don't worry. You see, the building that's currently there is actually a hollow shell. So we're able to place our new building inside of it. If you select the research centre for placement and then hover over the shell, you'll see that it asks if you want to add the research centre to the existing building. Right.
Okay.
Splendid work. Now that we have a brand spanking new research centre, we can give our vets something to do in there. Oh, by the way, it's worth noting that the vets will only do research when they're not required to do any other jobs. That said, you can change what jobs a vet does via their information panel. But let's not worry about that just now. So, let's get our vet researching ring-tailed lemurs. Pop open the access menu, head into Zoo Management, then go to the vet research section.
There we go. Okay, nice.
Actually, thinking about it, I'm not sure we've got any education boards or speakers by the lemur's habitat. Let's head over there and add some, so our guests can learn all about the furry little delights.
Okay. So, facilities.
First off, let's pop down 2 education boards. Place them on the habitat barriers at a height that guests can see, or, if you like, pop them down on a stand.
So if we put one there, and one there.
Okay, now that they've been put into position, we have to tell them what animal to display information about.
So do we click on
Select
it?
one of the education boards to bring up its information panel.
Okay, nice and easy.
And from the drop-down list, select ring-tailed lemur. Although I'm sure that last part was obvious. When you link an education board or a speaker to an animal, you need to make sure that said animal is close by. If it isn't, the guests will get confused and won't learn as much.
So I suppose it's the same for
Now
speakers.
that we've done the education boards, let's pop down a pair of speakers. Speakers play audio to the guests so they can learn while they look at the animals, instead of having to go through the laborious process of reading.
And let's do...
One thing to bear in mind is that it's important not to put the speakers too close together. If you do, the guests won't be able to understand what's being said.
Multiple animals are stressed.
Fantastic! Oh, it's worth remembering that education boards and speakers both need power to work. They won't do much good without it. Oh, it looks as though our vet has completed their research on ring-tailed lemurs. We'll need to collect the results. Head back into the vet research area to take a look at their findings.
So we've researched the level for ring-tailed lemur. Nice. So do we...
collect your research rewards.
Should we put another one on just while
so
we're here?
Know, vets will continue to research an animal even after successfully completing a research level. I suppose when you're in the zone, you're in the zone. Well, now that we've enriched the lives of our guests, let's enrich the lives of our ring-tailed lemurs.
Okay.
Some animals, like lemurs, will have a climbing need. That means they have a requirement for a certain amount of climbing space, and you can fulfill that requirement by building them a climbing frame. Let's find out how much more climbing space our lemur friends need, shall we? Select one of them and bring up their information panel.
Okay, yeah, I'm on that now.
Next, pop over to the terrain tab.
Which one's terrain? That one?
Now, as you can see, the lemurs need quite a lot more climbing space. But as it happens, I've already got a climbing frame blueprint built for you. So you can either
I wonder
pop
if
that
that's
down or build one
the
yourself
third
from
one
scratch.
down.
By the way, it's not always just climbing needs that you have to worry about. Other animals might need a certain amount of water in their habitat so they can go for a swim. They certainly do keep us on our toes.
Okay, so satisfy the ring-tail lemur. So let's go with something that's already made. What else is already made? Okay, so something like that.
great climbing frame for them. They're going to absolutely
Nice.
love it. Do you know what would make them even happier, though? Nicer food. But that's true of all of us, though, isn't it? You can unlock better quality food for animals through research. Luckily, we've already unlocked some for the lemurs, so all that remains is to make sure they get served it from now on. Let's bring up the habitat information panel by selecting the lemur habitat.
Okay, so is it under enrichment? Toy enrichment. So what are we doing here? Set ring-tailed lemur food quality to grade 2. Okay. Okay, so do we do that via...
Lovely. Now select
right, okay.
the Animals tab.
Okay, right, so you do
So,
that via
a new
the...
climbing frame and better food. Oh, you've really spoilt those lemurs rotten.
habitat one.
Now, I think it's time we looked at one of the zoo's most important responsibilities. Releasing animals into the wild. You see, when we feel an animal is ready, we can release them into the wild. But what makes
Wow,
an
what
animal
rain.
a good candidate for release? Well, their age is an important factor. I mean, we can't release an animal that's a juvenile, just as we can't release one that's gotten too old. They'll also need to be fertile. After all, the idea is to repopulate the wild, so the best candidates will have a high fertility gene. And together, the age and fertility of a candidate will determine how many conservation credits we'll be rewarded when we release them. Now, conservation credits are vitally important. They're the lifeblood of your zoo, because earning them allows you to adopt even more animals. And what's more, the animals you can adopt will be of a higher quality. So, with that in mind, let's pop over to our orangutan
Picked him straight away.
habitat.
Nice.
I'd like you to find Agang, the Bornean orangutan in the habitat, and select him, please. You can go through each orangutan in turn, or select the habitat.
Okay, so that is
finder,
enough
go to the
for
Animals tab in the
2
Habitat
stars.
Information panel and find him in the animals list.
I know it's sad to see him go, but he'll be happy out in the wild. And he's a wonderful candidate for release. Young, strong, and fertile. Excellent work there. You've definitely got potential, you know.
Okay, so what's next? This little area here.
I see you've been doing some homework. Although, it hardly seems like work when you're learning about something as adorable as a
So
ring-tailed
exhibits.
I imagine I'd have got much better grades at school if there'd been less algebra and more aldebra. Tortoises.
So how do we add
Lovely.
that?
Now let's build a new exhibit in the gap that's been left. Just add it to the building like we did with the research centre earlier. Then pop it into the gap.
Right, okay. Okay,
Perfect.
nice.
The next thing to do is adopt an exhibit animal to go in there. How about a Gila monster? Open up the exhibit trading section and adopt one.
So exhibit animal, Gila monster, however you...
Just as we do with habitat animals, we need to send the Gila monster to the exhibit. Select the exhibit to send it there.
So add enrichment.
When you send an animal to an exhibit, it'll automatically be given the correct setup. But that doesn't mean it's completely ready for them. So let's finish it off.
We'll start by adding some enrichment items. Head over to the exhibit's information panel.
No, can you do it via this?
Good. Now open the Layout tab.
Okay, hold on. So, layout.
Oh, well, it looks like we've only got the enrichment level 1 items unlocked at the moment. Never mind, let's turn on at least one of them for the Gila monster.
Oh, and it needs temperature changes as well. So let's turn up the temperature a little bit.
As I'm sure you know by now, you can unlock more enrichment levels by having one of your vets do some research.
Now we'll also need to set the temperature and humidity in the exhibit. These
No,
are
it doesn't
vitally
like it very
important for keeping
humid,
our Gila
so-
monster happy and comfortable. Open the climate tab.
Here, you can see the Gila monster's desired temperature and humidity. You can
Okay,
change
cool.
both of these by adjusting the dials below. Make sure it's going to be nice and cozy.
Oh, okay,
There's
cool.
also
So you
an
can
exhibit
also.
education board. Pop them down near your exhibits to teach your guests about them. Let's add one now.
Oh, nice, nice. I like that. I like that. So you can change like how it looks in the background as well. So that was facilities, and we need to place down information board again. Oh, maybe not that big one. Maybe that one. And about there. And of course we need to set it to.
Lovely stuff. Now our guests can learn all about our venomous friend here. Right, now, I've got a bit of a big job for you. I need you to increase the number of species in the zoo. You'll probably want to adopt both habitat and exhibit animals to do so, which will mean building plenty of new habitats and
Okay,
exhibits for them.
so we actually have a
Go
space
on,
here by
off
the
you
looks of
pop.
it. Can we
I'll
get...
check in with you when you're almost done.
Hold on, so what have we got? So, looks like we've got a bit of space here. So this looks like an ideal bit to do something. So let's start with... let's do some barriers first. Let's put... because what we want to do, I think here, is have the path marry up to the side of it, so that obviously people can see inside. I don't know how big we want to do this as of yet. So for now, I don't even know what we can get in here either. So let's go with let's go with that. Let's go with that to start with. And okay, so shall we see what animals we've actually got available? Animal market. So we've got orangutans, hippopotamus, ringtail lemurs. I think they're already in. I think they're already kind of in. So mandrill, hippopotamus. I wonder if we can do. Shall we do the hippopotamus here? Oh, hold on. We haven't got a door here, so that's something we need to do. So we need to put. Alright, we're going to need to put a path down. Let's kind of keep it in sort of like. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's now put habitat gate in. Let's put it there. And then we've got the animal. Not what I wanted to do. Animal market. Okay, so then obviously once the hippopotamus comes, we can then see what sort of habitat we need to play with then to get it right. So I presume quite a lot of water. That would be I don't know if that's going to be enough water, or can we lower? Could we put more water if I was to make it a little bit more like, I don't know if that would be enough water for a hippo. So let's give it a hard shelter. Something like that. Let's give it some rock. Okay, right, that's a start. So we need to give it some food. Hippopotamus. There we go. Nice large food trough. Something to play with. We might need a much bigger so what does it need? Social. It needs at least another hippo. I wonder if I can actually get another hippo. No, not by the looks of it. Okay, so I'm just going to spend a bit of time just seeing if I can make my hippo a little bit happier. Okay, so I did a little bit of tinkering about with the hippos and stuff like that to find that actually the hippos weren't very happy, and I tried putting 2 male hippos in together. I did find another one and nothing was going to work. So what I've done for now is I have got a tapir. So once the tapir comes here, hopefully that won't take too much. I did extend the size of the pen, as you can see here, but didn't really work out too well. I'm going to try and, just while I wait for... Oh, I don't need to urgently assign a vet. Just going to put some glass barriers here as well, and put a little bit of a path down here so that people can come to this side as well. Just so they can view from that side too. And now we've got a tapir, which actually increases our species to 10. So he's going to need... Oh, actually, he's fine with his environment. We just need to put some plants in. So let's go with a nice big couple of plants. Just to try and appease him a little bit. Maybe like a lily pad or something in the water. That's pretty cool. They don't really float. Let's see. Couple of plants in the water there. Maybe some like nice big rocks. Just to, you know, spice up the pen a little bit, with some plants there. So the plants we're getting there. Couple this side too. I know this is only the tutorial level, but it does give you a little bit of experience about what's going on. So actually plants have gone green, so now we just need to give the tapir a little bit more coverage. Like a broken tree or something like that. Some bushes there. Oh, okay. We can actually spice up that tree a little bit too. Cool. He obviously needs a good little bit of coverage, doesn't he? Just to make him happy. Okay, that's done. There we go. There we go. He's happy now. So what we're going to do here as well is just put a notice board down here, and of course we need to put okay, so that's going to have tapirs, tapir. And then we needed like a donation box. So where's donation box? There we go. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. And I just wonder if they don't come down here because it's got no electric. So let's have a look at that. Because they should really come down here. But I don't understand why. What's zoo alerts? So how about something on tapir. Okay, so we currently now have 10 species, so we need a little bit more. How about we do an animal exhibit? How about like a medium-sized one? That way we could have 2 coming in. Do they need to... That needs to link up first with a path. So let's do a path. Oh, nice. I like the curve now. I like it being curved. That's nice. Camera will follow. Oh, cool. Cool. Ah, I wonder if I put a staff path down there, then that's why they're not coming. I wonder if that's a staff path. Okay, well anyway, so we've now got a path down there, so let's put why can't we put that? Let's try a large one. Ah, here we go, look, now we can. So surely we can put a medium one in. Okay, let me just play around and see what I can get. Okay, so after a little bit of tweaking, I've put a few things in with the tapir just to make him a little bit happier, and I have changed the path here. I think this path was some sort of like staff path that wouldn't allow for people to come down. So what I am going to just do here is just put another path there, and I want to move this facility because it is it's negatively impacted the way things are seen in the park. So we'll put that there. We will then delete that, and we will move that over to this side next to that, so it's not getting in the way. I don't know whether or not it's going to work. It's inefficient. Create new work zone. Okay. And let's hire hire a vet and put him there. Maybe that will just help. Okay, so in effect, we just need to now put some new exhibition. So let's go with a land snail. I don't know how many it's going to need, so we can just go with we'll just go with one land snail for now, and we'll go with a Goliath frog in there.
You have been busy, haven't you? Splendid. But now that you've adopted all these lovely new species, we need to make sure they're nice and happy. So let's get the average welfare across the zoo nice and high, shall we? And by we, I mean you. Go on, get to it.
Okay, right, so seems that we've got a lot about so the frogs not, let's just make sure that these are in their ideal temperatures and stuff now. So let's go with, it wants the humidity's fine. Okay. We can't do anything else with the layout. So we could have to do something with that. The land snail wants a little bit less temperature, and the humidity, let's take that down a little bit as well, and let's just get it into the right right area. So that one's name's Bron. Okay, so the snail seems to be happy. The frog, we're going to need to do some sort of research there for the frog. Oh, okay, so we've done some more research on the ringtail lemur. So how about we do one on the Goliath frog and another one on, what else have we got? The land snail. So we'll go and do them. And then we will have a look at what animals need looking after. Vet research, animals. Why am I just on hippopotamus? So let's right, we need to have a look at the animals we have. It is literally just showing me the hippopotamus. I know I've got more animals than that. Oh, exhibit 1. Let's have a look at that one. Okay, so there's no actual... Okay. So let's go to the... let's put some burrowing cockroaches in there. I don't know how many it's going to need. Okay, cool. So it needs a little bit less temperature. And it definitely needs more humidity. Okay, so we know that that one's now happy. So let's see what's going on, because animal wise it's saying we've only got a hippopotamus, which I really don't believe. So realistically we do need to get another hippo. And there isn't any hippos available at the minute, so what else have we got going on here? So their enrichment, they need some toys. And what are these? These are baboons, aren't they? Oh, mandrills. So let's have a look at what we can do. Habitat mandrill. And put something, you know, some things for it to climb on, play with. So the mandrill feel a little bit better now. Toys, probably still another toy or two. So let's just put another toy or two in there. Okay, let's see if that's done anything to the mandrills. We are up to 73% now. Habitat, what's good? They just need a little bit more hard shelter, to be fair. So let's go with that's pretty big, so we want something a lot smaller.
As an eternal being, I...
Okay, so we're going with this hard shelter, but I kind of just want to make it into the ground a little bit like that. So does that make the mandrills a little bit happier? It does. So the mandrills are looking pretty okay. So let's see if there is any more hippopotamus. There's another tapir. So let's get a tapir. And put him with the other tapir over here. That might make that one happy. And then let's get another hippopotamus. And into the hippo. So we're on 74% now. And we've got a lot more people coming around this area now to view. I think we should possibly put another donation box up here. Let's put a drink stall. Nice. Like I said, it is only the tutorial, so it's not hugely important to get it looking right. Let's get the vet to the hippopotamus. And the hippos are now looking a lot happier. But we're still only on 74%. So, temperature might not be right necessarily. Oh no, the social's going right down here. Okay. Oh yeah, it's dropping. So that tapir is male. And that's a female, so surely like a male and a female tapir should be reaped. Animal is stressed. Why would you be stressed? I don't think they like each other. I don't know, that one seems happy. Okay, so let's move the grade up to grade 3 food. Is that the female tapir? See, that one's happy now. Right, okay, so we're a lot happier there now. So that's the tapirs dealt with. They should be okay. We're up to 73%. So a little bit of work still to be done. So what's going on with these guys? They need some hard shelter. So let's give them some hard shelter. And we will just pull it slightly below the ground like that. Okay, so what does that do for them? That increases the habitat. They need enrichment, so they need food and toy enrichment. Okay, and these are bonobos. So let's give it something to play with and some food. About like they've got plenty of climbing frames. Let's undo that last action. Okay, and what else can we put in there? That. That. I don't know if you can actually put them up there like that, you know, just to give them something else to do. Rather up there. So let's have a look and see what that's done for those little dudes. Yeah, they're a little stressed. So actually, they just need some more toys. Right, he's saying there's a high amount of litter now, so I'm probably going to have to hire a couple of caretakers. High amounts of litter. Let's hire another mechanic. A couple of vendors. I don't presume that you automatically get vendors, do you? And a vet and a keeper. I suppose you need to probably put some bins in too. Merchandise, toilets. Let's put a toilet in. And we need somewhere for I presume you can put bins in, you can normally.
As an eternal being.
Okay, so that's a few bins. Put in 2. See what else we've got. Zoo alerts. Okay, so we now need to look at what other animals we can... We're up to 80% now, so actually we're not doing too bad. These guys need a little bit of enrichment. Oh, so okay, cool. There's a filter habitat filtered by habitat species sort of button as well, which I didn't know about. So that's pretty cool. That saves you looking about, I guess. Constantly. Cool, so let's just see how they look now. They're quite happy, to be fair. Let's see if I can change their nutrition. Oh my god, how much? Right, so we are now up to 81. We've still got a fair bit to do. Certainly a bit more to do with being on hard mode makes it a little bit harder. Let's go for research. Are they still both we've got another one here, so let's research something to make them a bit happier. Right, let's have a look at the animals. The hippopotamus. So social space isn't, there's not got enough space. Can I really increase that any more than it already is? Probably not. Well, I could in effect. So let's have a look. That might just give them a little bit more space that they need. So they've got enough space. I think they need some more water, if anything. I don't think we can put any more water in. Okay, so that kind of throws that out of what I need to do.
Lovely job there. You should be proud of yourself. Not only have you expanded the zoo and kept the animals as happy as Lanny, but you didn't bankrupt us in the process. Amazing.
Okay, so that was enough for 3 stars. Just placing a couple of extra items around and about. Not kind of how I wanted to finish the video there, because I was in the middle of doing just, you know, little bits there, and it's come out. But guys, that is 3 stars on the Madagascan project, on the Ape-Renticeship, you know, whichever one you want to call it. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that helps you get through the tutorial on hard mode. So yeah, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.